Welcome to Must See Movies Drama Edition. I'm your host, Matt Berenson. Today we'll be talking about A Marriage Story. But first, let's watch the trailer.
What I love about Nicole, she is a mother who plays, really plays.
What I love about Charlie,
he loves being a dad. He loves all the things you're supposed to hate, like waking up at night.
She knows when to push me and when to leave me alone.
He never lets other people keep him from what he wants to do.
Dad, you're too far.
I know. It's not easy for her to close a cabinet.
He's incredibly neat.
She's brave.
He's brilliant.
She's
He's very
very
competitive. So I'll tell Charlie what's happening, and Cassie, you then hand him the envelope.
I just get nervous.
Can you unserve?
What do you mean, like take it back? Charlie and I are getting a divorce, Mom. You can't be friends with him anymore.
Mom! Charlie Bird!
Mom. Mom? Mom.
What?
You know, most people in my business, you're just transactions to them. I like to think of you as people.
Oh, okay, good.
You remind me of myself on my second marriage.
Baby, I'm amazed the way you love me all the time.
part of what we're gonna do together is tell your story.
Did you dye your hair again?
No, this is me. You don't like it?
Is it shorter? I prefer it longer, but...
How are you doing? I realized I didn't ever really come alive for myself. I was just feeding his aliveness.
I'll never get to really be his parent again. He needs to know that I fought for him.
It's not as simple as not being in love anymore.
Eventually, it'll be the two of you having to figure this out. Together.
If we start from a place of reasonable and they start from a place of crazy, when we settle, we'll be somewhere between reasonable and crazy.
With me, I have Morgan Nicholas. How are you, Morgan?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So, why don't you tell us a little bit about the movie?
So Marriage Story is a Netflix original film that is about a stage director and his wife, who's an actor, who go through a lot of struggles within their marriage, trying to separate and get a divorce while also raising their son.
Awesome. So, a little bit about this. How does this film show the insight of struggling as like co-parents? Because obviously this is new to them.
You said, how does it?
Yes.
It shows the struggles by showing their really intense fights and the arguments and the breakdowns that they go through together as they're co-parenting, and how emotional it can be to stay in someone's life that you like once loved, that you no longer necessarily like see them in a romantic way, but you have to be around them constantly for the sake of your child.
Awesome. And who in the film would you say, or would you consider that you have more of a connection to, or who do you seem to side with in this film?
I mean, I feel like the mom, Nicole, just because like I feel like I can be a very like emotional person, and you definitely see that side of Scarlett Johansson in the film. Like she really played her character in that role well. She was very emotional. She could cry at the drop of a dime. And you could just tell that she really loved her son. Even though you could tell that the father did as well, like there was just something about the way her character played it that I just wanted to cry every 10 minutes. Like every 10 minutes.
So in the case, do you think that Nicole was right over Charlie?
Not necessarily. I feel like I feel like unless someone is like cheating or, doing things that are like not part of your vows or whatever, like I feel like it's hard to say if one person is the person that was right or wrong, during the divorce. You know what I mean? I feel like they both did have certain things where maybe you shouldn't have done that or maybe you shouldn't have said that. But all in all, I think that it was a 50-50.
All right.
Definitely 50-50 split.
And out of 10, what would you rate this movie?
A 9 for sure. I would watch it a third time.
Yeah, I think I would definitely give it a 9 or a 10 as well. Probably a 9 because it is a great movie. Well, Morgan, thank you so much for being here. We'll be right back with Must See Movies Drama Edition.
Every year, millions of dogs are left to fend for themselves on the streets, hungry, tired, and scared. There's no simple answer to solving the crisis of homeless pets, but there are organizations out there working to better the lives of these animals. Schultz Guest House is a nonprofit dog rescue in Dedham, Massachusetts. Schultz houses up to 80 dogs at a time and provides a variety of care and services. Schultz's mission is to provide rescue for lost, homeless, and abandoned dogs, where veterinary care is unaffordable and protection laws are nil. They also provide socialization, human trust, and spaying and neutering services. Schultz focuses on adoption of healthy puppies and getting dogs into loving forever homes. Visit Schultz's website to learn more about how you can adopt a dog rescue at sghrescue.org. For many years, cats and kittens have been unloved and abused. Since 1992, the Merrimack River Feline Rescue Society has helped over 177,000 cats and placed over 20,000 cats in loving homes. We are a nationally recognized non-profit, volunteer-driven organization committed to ensuring the health and welfare of feral and domestic cats and kittens by promoting proactive, compassionate, no-kill programs. We offer multiple services for all types of people and cats, from our Sunday free spray clinic to our foster housing program to our emergency housing program. How can you help? It's simple. We love donations like cat litter, food, toys, leashes, and donations. We also need volunteers, cleaning supplies, and trash bags. Help out today. Adopt, volunteer, or donate. The Alzheimer's Association is a voluntary health organization dedicated to researching a cure for Alzheimer's disease. Every day, they work hard to ensure that those who suffer with this disease get the care and support they deserve. This association hosts various fundraising events on a national level, such as their most popular event, the longest day of the year. The Alzheimer's Association also conducts face-to-face support groups across the country to support families who have loved ones affected by the disease. In addition to providing a free 24/7 helpline staffed with certified clinicians and specialists to offer additional support. For more information on the services they provide, you can visit www.alz.org or find their social media pages below. Join them in their mission to one day live in a world without Alzheimer's.
Welcome back to Must See Movies Drama Edition. Today we'll be talking about the movie Emperor. But first, let's watch the trailer.
You do this and you're dead. I'm already dead. I've taken lashes my whole life to keep my family safe. But they will never whip my son again. You do this and you're dead. I'm already dead.
You gotta go.
That man escaped your plantation and single-handedly killed 3 of your men.
I ain't trying to bring you down, but for real, you might as well give up now.
He's smart. They say he's African royalty. They call him Emperor.
If you can't take the heat, don't light the fuse.
You know why they call me Emperor? Because my granddaddy was a king.
In me I trust, yeah.
Say you killed a bunch of white folk.
Came here ready to fight on this night.
What you bring him here for?
Ain't you got no manners?
The longer he keeps it up, you got yourselves a rebellion.
I need you to be the spark that lights the fuse.
Yeah. You better just run for your life.
I guess I'm in trouble then.
He was a brave man. It's too risky.
You're going to get yourself killed. It's the only way I can free my son.
You guys to get out of here.
You're not just a slave anymore. You're a symbol.
You ever consider going the outlaw business?
Boy, I got the whole South chasing me. I'm already an outlaw.
With me today, I have Zach Kraft. Zach, how are you?
I'm great. How about you, Matt?
I'm good, thank you. So, first of all, why don't you tell us a little bit about the movie?
Well, it was pretty good. I like the historical aspect of it. I always found World War II to be like very interesting, and I like how they, go into both the American side and the Japanese side, and just kind of how, the Japanese are like kind of portrayed throughout the entire, experience, and just going back and forth from like the prejudices against them, and like, all the conflicts that was going on during the time with the point of view of like the Japanese.
Awesome. And what was your favorite part?
I think that my favorite part was when they visited the general towards the end, and he talks about how like the Japanese were like really like selfless and like capable of like, doing a lot of like sacrifices, and then they just kind of like go into like if like the emperor was like guilty or innocent, and like how him ending the like war was pretty like important. So, just kind of like, the issue of like if he should be exonerated or not was like kind of cool. So I just kind of liked how it showed like, like both, trying to like see the humanity in the guy and whatnot.
Great. And as far as acting goes, how would you describe that?
Acting was pretty good. I always liked Matthew Fox because I watched the Lost series, and he was always my favorite character. So I thought that he did a good job. It wasn't. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't the most breathtaking performance from an acting standpoint, in my opinion. But I really like Matthew Fox's role.
Cool.
I thought he did a really good job.
And you talk about performances and breathtaking. So what about this movie made you pick it? Was it how it was filmed, some of the camera work?
Mainly just the topic of it, and I really liked how it featured, one of my personal favorite actors. Like I said, I've always been into like, history, and especially World War II. Growing up, I would like research it a lot, and stuff like that. And I always felt like, I would always like question, like growing up, like what was it like for the other side, and like, their motives, and, kind of taking into account how they're human beings as well. So I felt like the movie did a good job of trying to, go into that.
Awesome. And out of 10, what would you rate this movie and why?
Out of 10, I would say that I'd give it a 7. And I say that because I felt like there were times where I was a little bit bored with it, but on the same token, like it had a really good, message and plot, and, Matthew Fox was, kind of biased towards that. So, his addition was definitely important for me. So.
Awesome. Yeah, I think I would give it a 7 as well. Zach, thank you so much for being here. We'll be right back with must-see movies after this.
The Center Street Food Pantry is a local food pantry here in Newton, dedicated to providing food and other necessities to families in need. The pantry helps feed about 400 families each month, averaging to around 2,000 bags of groceries. The Center Street Food Pantry sources around 90% of the food they receive from the Greater Boston Food Bank, receiving some of it for free or buying some at a discounted rate. Although the pantry does receive donations of food, they still require funds to help fulfill their mission. A small donation of $10 can help feed a senior for a week, and a donation of $50 can help feed a small family for a week. Volunteers are also needed. For more information, you can visit centerstreetfoodpantry.org. So, if you want to help, consider donating your time or money to help end hunger by the community. supporting the Center Street Food Pantry right here in Newton. The Massachusetts Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals offers many services, such as leading vet care, humane education, law enforcement, advocacy, protection, and adoption. Along with cats and dogs, their adoption center also has bunnies and other small animals, like Chewy from MSPCA Angel. Rabbits are lagomorphs who can be litter trained and taught tricks. Spay and neuter surgery is a part of the adoption fee and is recommended as it prevents unwanted litters and increases their lifespan. It is important to learn about an animal's behavior and care needs before bringing one home. If a furry friend isn't right for you, there are other ways you can help, such as volunteering, monetary donations, and supply donations, like blankets, towels, treats, and toys. You can find their wish list on their website at www.mspca.org. Other ways to connect include Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Hello. Have you ever been interested in a community building and collective care? What about creating a piece of art that can be cherished and utilized by a person in need? Empty Bowls is a grassroots effort across the country and around the world to feed the hungry in their communities. Empty Bowls supports food-related charitable organizations around the world and has raised millions of dollars to help end hunger. All the bowls are crafted by hand and used by making a donation to the charity in exchange for a simple meal of soup and bread, all the while educating yourself on the impact of hunger and homelessness in your community. It's a little work in exchange for a smile. If you have any questions about where you can join Empty Bowls in your community, contact Leroy Grubbs at 816-565-4300 or email leroy@emptybowls.com.
Welcome back to Mostly Movies Drama Edition. Today we'll be talking about Hustlers, but first, let's watch the trailer.
Front hook, ankle hook, knee hook. From here you can do the carousel, just switch and wrap.
Minus 40% is 160.
I just want to take care of my grandma, maybe go shopping every once in a while.
When I was a kid, I always wanted to work with animals. I was close.
Shake a little ass, you get a little bag.
These Wall Street guys. You see what they did to this country? They stole from everybody. Hardworking people lost everything. And not one of these douchebags went to jail.
The game is rigged, and it does not reward people who play by the rules.
It's like robbing a bank, except you get the keys. Are you in?
I got a I need a shit. I need a drink for my life.
These are my coworkers.
Jobs, please.
What if somebody calls the cops?
And says what?
I spent $5,000 at a strip club, send help.
Damn.
We're a family now.
Damn.
A family with money.
Damn.
And when would you say that things got out of control?
It's past the mirror. Ooh.
Please help! This is my husband!
Like a honey bun, spin like a Tommy gun. Roll your one on one. Don't get your mommy some way. I like my niggas birth like dude. Say he gonna eat this like soup.
So the guy went back 3 more times. Guess he must have liked it.
Ooh, hammer time. I was born to flex. Diamonds on my neck. I like boarding jets. I like more than sex. But nothing in this world that I like more than checks.
We didn't do anything wrong. You know, Tony wouldn't let this happen. I'm gonna text him.
Who gave her phone back?
Jump it down, back it up. Ooh, ayy, make that too. Ayy.
With me to talk about the movie today, I have Ashley. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for being here.
Of course.
So, why don't you tell us a little bit about the movie Hustlers?
Yeah, of course. So Hustlers follows a group of strippers in a really famous strip club in New York who end up stealing from their really wealthy clients in order to survive through the 2008 economic crash.
The movie has a lot of great stars in it. Who are your personal favorites?
I definitely loved Constance Wu, who played the character of Dorothy. I think she just was so real, and she just added a really human element to it, because the movie has a lot of great stars and everybody is so talented. The Constance kind of comes in as the new stripper in the club, who's just kind of a little uncomfortable with herself, so it kind of made you feel related, or it was relatable to the audience. That's why she was my favorite.
Awesome. And the majority of the cast were women. It was written, directed, produced all by women. So how do you feel that is essential to the film?
It really added a human voice to strippers. I know that they have a very negative connotation brought to them, or people don't take them seriously. So it was nice to see that they just made them as human as possible, just like any other woman who's trying to feed her family, trying to go to school, trying to do whatever. So I know that that would have only been possible if it were done by women.
And how do you feel they were able to portray the human side of strippers? Because, like you said, it's a job that definitely does get a certain name to it.
Yeah. It really, the movie wasn't about these women stealing because, they wanted new bags or, fancy cars or whatever. It's not your typical sort of, stripper turned rogue movie. These women were just honestly trying to survive. So it really kind of puts your own ethics into question, because although they are trying to survive and trying to feed their families, they are stealing from people, regardless of whether the people are good or bad. So it kind of makes you think, okay, if you steal from bad people, does that make you a good person, or are you just like them? So they were able to really balance both of those acts in terms of it is sort of Robin Hood-esque, but at the end of the day, you are stealing. So that was really good in terms of just bringing the human aspect into it, and just seeing women who just want to feed their families at the end of the day.
And being such a strong movie, do you think it got a little bit underlooked for the Oscars?
Absolutely. And I think it definitely has to do with the fact that it might be a stripper movie. I think people kind of looked at it like, oh, it's just strippers stealing money. Ha ha ha. So I do feel like it was underlooked by a lot of the Academy Awards and stuff like that.
Cool. And out of 10, what would you rate it?
Definitely a 10. Just thought overall everything was great about it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on Must See Movies. And that'll wrap it up for Must See Movies Drama Edition. Thank you so much.
Approximately 6.5 million people in the United States have an intellectual disability. Picture your best friend. Now imagine your life without that person. For people with development disabilities, the laughter and excitement of a best friend is only a dream. Best Buddies is a lifeline to joy and of having and being a friend. These people need our help in order to lead a successful life. That's why Best Buddies base their organization off of running many programs that will offer participants with intellectual disabilities educational opportunities. Best Buddies teaches them social skills and job training so they can be more included in society and can be as independent as possible. Any donations would be appreciated. Best Buddies is a nonprofit organization, and we count on your kindness and support. If you'd like to donate, visit www.bestbuddies.org. Thank you. Founded in 1992 by MacArthur Genius Award winner Angela Duckworth, Breakthrough is a Cambridge-based nonprofit that works to narrow the opportunity gap for under-resourced students. Rising 7th, 8th, and 9th grade students from under-resourced communities attend summer programming and continue to receive regular support throughout high school. Through 6 years of intensive, tuition-free, out-of-school time programming, Breakthrough changes students' academic paths and support them along the path to college. It also offers a challenging teaching residency for college undergraduates under the guidance of professional teachers. Join and volunteer today at one of its 24 affiliated sites across the country, serving more than 10,000 middle school students and over 1,100 teaching fellows each year.